Good evening, my friends. Just standing by for a little bit before we start. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, Mark C14. Hello, good evening everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? It is Friday evening. Hello. One Drunk Man, Keystream, Sean, Chillgam, Battleship Orion, Lana, Jeff, Odin Links, Crazy Derp Turtle, Iwanu, hello. Marksy again, thank you for the sub. Xander Super Switch, hello. Hello, Keystream. How are you doing? There's a Pog song. Every time I hear I see Nathan's meetup video in the head. Alpha, hello. How are y'all doing? Agile1, hello son. Any tips on how to make a spacebar less rattly? Apply more lube. Video stopped for some reason. That's weird. Give me one sec. Video froze. How come video froze? Okay. Sorry about the video having issues. I don't know why that just happened just now. Alright, we're back, I think. Alright, perfect. There we go. Sorry about that. Thermal looks fire. Thank you. Hey, happy Friday, Tim. How are you doing? 5 months. Thank you so much for tier 1, dude. Hola, señor Diego de la Mancha. Que me crees Don Quixote? Are those Raycon earbuds? No, these are Samsung Galaxy Plus. Galaxy, yeah, the Galaxy Buds Plus, yeah. Wireless earbuds that go for half the price of main retail wireless earbuds? No. So yeah, these are the Galaxy Buds Plus. I got a new desk mat in. Very nice. What do you get in? I actually got a new desk mat in too today, or like maybe like yesterday. Currently lubing Boba U4 Pog. Very nice. So yeah, I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. I've, to be quite honest, I've had a pretty long week. And well, good to be back streaming today, but mostly it's a break between things as usual. So today we'll be building a Think6.5 V2. It's going to be the first time I build a board from the Think series from Gray Studio. So we'll see about that. It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what, right? Do you like the thermal? Yes, I've been really enjoying my thermal since I built it. So yeah, I can tell you right now that I have been enjoying the thermal quite a lot. Because I've been pretty much using the thermal since I built it, and I've been enjoying it. Like, it's just a nice typing experience. It's like very unique, but I just like it. People say like it's like a love and hate for some reason, but I personally don't find it to be that way. I just like it a lot. I think there has been some cases where the thermal has been like, you know, has not given a good impression, maybe because like the build, like the plate might have been bent, or maybe the switches, or maybe, I don't know, it could be anything. Or maybe it's just the sound environment that they're in, and so you don't know that, right? It's hard to know until you see it in person. But in person right now, I've been enjoying the thermal quite a bit. But anyhow, let's get started. I have a few unboxings to do. So we first got something from Canon Keys, and we got a new desk mat that I just got today, or probably like a day ago now. So we have these two boxes. So this first box is from OmniType here. I don't know where my knife went for some reason. Oh, here it is. Here's my knife. Have you adopted Gatoron? I have not. Unfortunately, I did not purchase a Gatoron the last time they restocked. But yeah. So let's first unbox the desk mat since it's right here. Knife in bed. I mean, it's collapsed, so it's fine. So we got the nuclear data desk mat. I'm not gonna put it on the desk today, but just gonna show you anyway. I didn't have any green desk mats like this, and it like looks pretty clean. So, but there you go. It's pretty simple. It's like a grid, and it has like this kind of coordinate thing going on. It's a nice green though. On camera, it actually appears a bit darker than it is IRL. It actually is a bit more of a grass green. Actually, I do notice that the colors on camera are a bit off. But it definitely is a bit more grass green, like pretty nice. All right, so and then this here, this Sugarplum. Wait, is it focusing? Oh, this Sugarplum set is from Canon Keys. So Canon Keys sent this out. So it's a new PBT set that they're trying out. So they're trying out a new PBT manufacturer, and so yeah, it's a cherry profile. It's reverse dye sub able. They're able to do reverse dye sublimation. And yeah, so this is kind of a prototype unit. So yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we can unbox it for now, and then maybe we'll try it out as for the keyboard. Once we build it, we might try this, putting on this set. So actually, Alex, I believe Alex Oto's like literally just had this on his stream. But basically, it's a key set with light purple and a dark purple, with a white base for the alphas. Pretty thick legends, as you can see. Thick legends. It looks like barred on the F and J, but the legends actually do look a bit more promising on this end. The alignment, obviously, right now we can't tell because they're in the tray. The tray is actually like there's gonna be some wiggle room, so we're gonna have to put them on a keyboard to actually see what the alignment's like. I think just from the tray, you should not be judging it. The tray is also like you can bend a little, so don't judge it from the tray, okay? We're gonna put it on a keyboard and then kind of like assess this from there. But yeah, looks like a thick PBT. So let's take this out. So if you look at it's going to be thick PBT with dye sublimated legends. And of course, in the cases of the darker keycaps, we have reverse dye sublimation. Oh my goodness, Alex. Oh wow, this is such a huge raid. Alex, hello. Welcome, Alex. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, 555 viewers. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. So we also have a set of Sugarplum here, like you had on your stream, Mr. PogChamp, Alex. But yeah, and then here's the like other parts of the set. It comes with a key puller, as you can see, numpad, F-row, accent escape, and then we have extended compatibility. As you can see, it has step caps lock, a regular pipe over right there, and like ISO even. There's the space keys. Pretty much it has all the compatibility you might need, which is awesome. Do you know when Sugarplum will be available? Alex failed at this information. I unfortunately have to fail you with the same info because we haven't heard from Upas as to specifics as to when it will be available. That's unfortunately not information that we have at the time. For now, all you should know is that it's a new manufacturer called NicePBT, and it's, you know, thick cherry profile, reverse dye sub able, so we'll see colorful sets from them too, and looks like we are expecting straight space bars from them, and yeah, and has a lot of compatibility, so that's actually all good news. So Sugarplum wasn't a group right? No, these are basically like prototype units. These are just units that we've been sent out to try out and to check it out, pretty much. It's so pog though. Yeah. At first glance, I really like it. So we'll see. I actually now that I'm looking at it in person, I do dig the thicker legends. It's kind of interesting to see it. It's a bit different. I definitely do notice like legends. You could scrutinize these all you want. But I mean, I'm expecting some inconsistencies here and there. But I mean, that's just kind of natural. Like with dye sub is actually kind of difficult to get right because it depends on the plastic and how it takes the dye. And sometimes it ends up thicker, and sometimes it ends up thinner. So what is reverse dye sublightning? I've never heard of it. Oh, so reverse dye sublimation, right? So let me show you. So the difference between dye sub and reverse dye sub, right? So in dye sublimation, so the dye sublimation process is basically the deposition is heating up and depositing the dye into the plastic, okay? So it's basically like, it's not like laser etching or like double shotting where you are literally putting two pieces of plastic together of different colors, right? So in the case of GMK, that's double shot, and you have the base color, right? And then you have the other color that forms part of the legends, like heated and like embedded into the plastic. That's a double shotting process, right? And normally people do that with PBT or ABS, but in the case of GMK, it's ABS. And in PBT, dye sublimation basically is heating up, and sublimation is vaporizing and putting it in. Like, I mean, it's essentially the process of changing the phase, right? From like liquid. Wait, I guess it's not liquid. From a solid to a vapor, and then depositing into the. You're depositing it into the plastic, basically. So it's like permanently in the plastic. It's part of the plastic at that point. You can only do dye sublimation of darker inks, basically, right? You can do darker inks on lighter surfaces. Solid to gas, that's right, without being liquid, yeah. So in the case of dye sublimation, you can do anything that has a lighter base color with a darker pigment. However, if you try to do the same process in the opposite way, meaning if you had a darker base color with a lighter pigment, that pigment won't appear on the keycap. It will actually appear clear. So reverse dye sublimation is a process that was developed to be able to do that. So as you can see, do you see how the color of the actual keycap is light? But in reverse dye sublimation, what they do is they make the cap in the lighter color. Actually, they make the cap in the color of the lighter pigment, and then they basically dye sublimate everything that's negative from it, like it's the subtraction from it. So basically anything that's not the legend, they put it over. So that's reverse dye sublimation in this case. You can tell when you flip it over, like that's pretty much how they do it. You can see that there's a very thin layer of the darker purple around the rest of the cap, except for the alt legend here. But yeah, so that's the reverse dye sublimation. Do you know if it's in group buy or in stock item? I think Sugarplum might be an in stock item, but details to be announced later. I have a feeling, my hunch is it's very likely that it could be an in stock item in the future. First of all, because I think it's supposed to have accessible pricing, similar to the way PBT Honeywell Bold was made by Canon Keys, and then similar to the way other PBT sets have been in stock for different stores in the community. Does the infamous PBT warp come from the high temperature? That is correct. I exist, therefore I think. It's a nice username. But yeah, the PBT warp comes from the heating and the cooling down process. More importantly, the warp actually comes from the demolding process, because when you create the plastic, right, it's like injection molded plastic, right, and you have these big molds, right, like in this case, like they're metallic molds, and you basically pour in hot plastic, which eventually cures inside of that mold. And when you demold, meaning that when you actually have to take out that plastic, like that keycap from the mold, it cools off at a very quick rate, right? You need to be careful as to how, like, you need to basically like let it cure fully, and then you demold, and then you like take it out, right? In that demolding process, warping can happen, either because there's changes in the structure of the mold, or because the keycap itself is still too too bendable for it to be warped. So it warps and then cools down and cools off, and it basically becomes a permanent like warp. Yeah. Tui, hello. Druas, hello. How are you doing? Reverse dye sub is really more like over dye sub. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I thought dye sublimation was using a laser to sublimate the ink to make it. What? Basically, you don't have to worry about the specifics of how you sublimate the resin, like the pigment, into the keycap, but the process is essentially turning this solid pigment into a gas so that it can be deposited into the plastic and be permanently put into it. But that's it. All right. So let's get into the build. Is it true warping can be fixed with hot water? Yeah, it can be done on PBT because PBT has a lower melting point essentially, and so it's easier to bend after you heat it up. Wait, no, is it a higher melting point, right? I think it has a higher melting point, so therefore you can heat it up, whereas ABS you could damage the keycap, I think. Yeah. ABS has a lower melting point. My bad. It's also been a full week of science for me. So for those who don't know, I'm a graduate student, so I do research, and so I'm basically doing this kind of stuff all the time. Although I don't work in like mechanical engineering, I do electrical / biomedical stuff. All right, so we have some cream switches here and some Durock stabs. Hello, Ninewalker. Hello. Are they expensive? What's expensive? Quinpen, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. I really appreciate it. Alright, so let's see. So here's the Think6.5 V2 box. So here it is. Think6.5 V2 designed in Phoenix, Arizona. I believe Old Cat is located in Phoenix, Arizona. Gray Studio. And then the other side says refuse to sink. So it's kind of like this boat theme, which is kind of why it has the anchor and the whole like refuse to sink thing going on. Here is the accessories box, and here is our keyboard. What are we talking about? He's a professor here in Phoenix. Phoenix, I met him. His keyboards are amazing. Yeah, he has a lot of keyboards. Not back looping springs suck? ABS can be warped to less common, but people have gotten warped spacebars even from GMK. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, people have gotten some warped spacebars too from GMK lately. What are we talking about? Updates on shipping? Updates on what shipping? How do you unwarp a GMK spacebar? I actually don't know. I haven't tried if it has been an issue. I personally haven't had any big issues like that, so yeah. Think V2? I don't know. It's not my keyboard, so I actually don't know. I did not participate in the 6.5 V2 group. So I assume either through their website, they probably maybe have a contact form or something. I actually don't know. Let's see. Well, I can check for you, but I don't think. Do they have a contact? I guess you'll just have to. Do they have a Discord or a Instagram? I mean, you could probably contact Old Cat on Instagram actually, if you really had to. All right. Let's take out the accessories here. Alright, so that's the box. Some bubble wrap. Thought there are some QC issues and 2U blockers are shipping delayed. Oh, okay, I see. Well, it's okay because the 2U blocker is in my opinion, the 1U blocker looks a lot better. But, okay, let's see. Tools of Think6.5 V2. Interesting. I actually don't. I've never unboxed these. I've never seen a Think6.5 in person, so I'm actually pretty excited. Whoa. Okay. 20 pieces for gaskets. Wow. What are these? Some, oh, it looks like the diffuser part, maybe. These are rubber feet. These are, wow, stabilizer washers. That's very considerate. Extra LEDs and some spare screws. They come with tweezers. This is very nice. Wow, they even include like actual tweezers and an actual screwdriver. Whoa, this is crazy. This is actually pretty cool. What? Wait, it's so hard to take out. Obsidian, how are you doing? A bit too much packaging, in my opinion. I mean, I don't disagree with that. That it's very, very packaging heavy. But it seems to come with a bit here that you actually could switch the bit on this. So this is pretty handy. So whoever doesn't own a screwdriver, they actually include an M2.5, I think, screwdriver. And you could change the bit for it, so that's kind of nice. I'll leave that there. You can unscrew the other end. Oh, is that right? Oh, damn it. It's okay. I don't have to because I already have my own screwdrivers. So I'm not gonna bother. Yo, Jay, how you doing? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. Also, you have a new sub badge now. 30% of Think6.5 V2 ship before Chinese New Year's, and the other 70% are waiting to resume shipping. I see. I see. Alright, PCB of Think6.5. Yeah, this is definitely excessive packaging. There's a lot of packaging here. I mean, when I ship this back, I'll probably still ship in the same box, but it's still quite a bit of packaging. Okay, this. Okay. So be careful. Okay, here's our PCB. Gray PCB. Kind of nice. Kind of very appropriate because it's Gray Studios. No LED support except for caps lock, it seems. And we have underglow LEDs as well as underglow LEDs for the badge area. Pretty neat. Looks like an ATM 32U4, which probably supports GMK and VIA. At least it doesn't have too little packaging. True. His name is for his electric personality. Do you call your channel Lightning because you're an electrical engineer? Actually, no. The backstory of that is because I used to be a sprinter, and I had a pretty decent time when I was a sprinter. Center USB pretty nice, yeah. But I'm doing okay, Obsidian. I've been busy this week. Like, it's just been super chaotic this week, actually. I've also I don't want to vent on the stream, but I've been pretty distraught about what's going on in America with AAPI populations, and the news that's kind of been happening all around the nation. That's been concerning me a lot, and I have friends who are in delicate positions, and they've had some struggles recently. Like, I have had a friend who was recently forced to move because she felt unsafe. Things like that. So that's been stressing me out a bit. But other than that, like, I've also just had lots of work and stuff to do. So here's the plate. As you can see, the plate is for gasket mount, so a bunch of strips go on the left and the right and the top and bottom. FR4 plate, I believe. So has a solder mask around each of the switch holes. Has a bunch of cuts, vertical cuts in between. Support for universal, ISO, and ANSI, backspace, split shift and stuff. step caps lock. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I thought it was because you were a David Bowie fan. I mean, I'm still a Bowie fan. Like, I'm a Bowie fan, which is also appropriate. But I also the original reason I put Lightning, my username on Reddit is Lightning XI, which is like Lightning 11, and the reason for that was because I broke the 11-second record for like the mark for 100-meter dash back when I was in like middle school, and like my nickname back then, my coach would call me Rayito, which is like little lightning, and so that's kind of where it came from. Hope your friend is safe. Yeah, they're okay, but you know, they've just been very stressed out, and so yeah. Chill Gam, hug JD. Okay, we can hug JD to put these emotions aside for a bit. All right, let me also. Where's the requests? Alright, I did just hydrate. And sorry you guys. Alright. Wait, where are you from, Lightning? I was born and raised in Mexico, but I currently am located in New York City. In New York City. FR4 looks so classy. I like FR4. Yeah, FR4 can look pretty good. I have to say, I'm not like a huge fan of the solder mask kind of stuff going on, but like it's a nice thing that it can be done. What color is the Think? I believe it's black, but we'll confirm that. Alright, JD. Yep. So this is JD, exclamation JD for the command. As for what his full name is, it was actually named by Chillgam, who just redeemed the Hug JD reward. And he is a good boy. JD, say hi. And JD's a good boy. What an auspicious name. He looks so sad. So backstory for JD, for those who might not know, who are new to the stream, we were actually just joking around on stream, and like my viewers and I, and we found JD. He's actually from this Amazon listing. You can like look it up. It's like Melissa and Doug Tiger, you know, plush or something like that, right? And basically, there's these stock photos where JD's brothers and sisters look very miserable next to also very miserable looking models, child models, and we were like joking around about it, and we're like, oh, we need to get you one of these to replicate that. And so we actually have it. I think, do we still have the emote? Do we have yeah, there's the emotes, but yeah, we have emotes for that, for JD. But yeah, and yeah, so people donated to so we could rescue JD from the evil grasp of Amazon. So here we are, and then there was a naming contest for him. And so that's how we have a very inspirational name for JD. Call him JD for short though, because it's so much easier. It's such a long name. JD does look like he's reliving those times working from Amazon. Yo, that's toxic. Are you saying I am evil? So here's our great studio, Think6.5. How's the city lately? The city's actually the city's alright. Like, I mean, there's like some minor indoor and outdoor dining around happenings, and then vaccination eligibility is being expanded. I actually just got my first dose of the vaccine 2 days ago. So I got my first dose just recently. I'll be getting my second dose sometime in a month, about. So here's our plate foam. We'll probably use it. And then here is some bottom silicone mat. And here is our Think6.5. It says refuse to sync. And then here it says, what does it say? Think6.5 V2 designed in Phoenix, Arizona. Very nice. And there's our cool light bulb logo. I said I got my first dose. I just got my first dose. Vaccines are free in the city, so you don't have to pay for them. And of course, your insurance can cover for it too if you take your insurance information. But in the case of the city, I think they're providing them free. So, yeah. Doesn't the logo light up? It does, but you need to have the PCB under it for it to light up, right? Yeah, vaccines are free, yeah. I got mine at Javits. Oh, nice. I just got one at like one of the Bronx vaccine centers. All right, so let's get on to this. So here we have everything that we need, I think. Oh. For some reason, I have a little paper cut. Must be a bit dry in my room, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Gonna put on a band-aid. Never seen tabs on the side for a gasket mount? Huh, I guess me neither. Now that you mention it. How are you doing, someone else? Been doing alright? Let me see what I've missed in chat. This PCB has its own better tray than GMK Keycaps. Very true. Very true. GMK trays suck, the new ones. I've been following you on Instagram. Didn't know you streamed. Ray Kuza, thank you so much. Welcome, and thank you so much, and thanks for joining in. I'm glad that you found us here on Twitch too. Just going back in chat slightly. JD is the best boy. F7 when he gets in standoffs with the cops. Hey, Average Joe Geek, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. That left piece of the of the foam. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with. Oh, it's opposite actually. The foam is supposed to go in this way. So it. Look. Oh, I see. So it's cut out because in case you're using the foam for the 2U blocker, this part is cut out entirely. That's pretty much why it's cut out like that. I see. All right. So we'll actually go ahead and just start with the stabs and stuff, and then we'll do the rest of the assembly as we go. So let's get on to it. Thought Gray Studio was a Chinese company. Why does it say designed in Arizona? Because the main person is actually located in Arizona. Old Cat. He's in Arizona. He's the designer. Still liking your thermal? I love my thermal. I've been really liking the thermal. I've been using it pretty much since I built it. And I mean, I normally use the keyboards for a few weeks, at least. Obviously, you don't always see them on stream, but I pretty much try to stick for a couple of weeks at least, just to see how I like it and whatnot, and to just get a better frame of reference for what I'm using, and to see if I'm gonna rebuild it or anything like that. But I normally don't tend to rebuild a lot, because it's just a lot of work. But yeah, I've been enjoying the thermal quite a bit though. brother lives in New York City and I think he was gearing up for his dose as well for his first dose as well, Super Switch. Oh wow, that's very nice. He's in New York? New York, New York. I love New York, honestly. I really like the city. Got my first dose yesterday in Brooklyn. Oh, congrats. Rami, hello, welcome. I built my Think6.5 V2. Very happy. The spacebar sounds very nice. That's good to know. You should put the feet on since the weight sits lower than the bottom of the board. Since the weight sits lower than the bottom of the board. Oh, it's okay. I mean, we have desk mats, so it's okay for now. I'll definitely be putting on the feet though. But yeah, thank you so much for the heads up. Can you hear a big difference between the new and the older Unicorn? No, I don't think so. I think the Unicorn is pretty much the same as far as the keyboard itself goes. I think like the only difference for the new Unicorn is stainless steel weight and standard USB, but the rest is pretty much exactly the same. So no, I don't really think it's different at all. Like just because it's round 2 doesn't, yeah, I don't really think it's different. Is this a personal build? No, it's not. This is a client build. This is a client build. Last time I was in the city for one of my best friend's wedding. That was nice. Oh, that's great. I definitely do miss going out like a lot. I've been occasionally like hitting up like local shops, like coffee shops or restaurants, just to kind of support them and also like to check out some places. And of course, like, you know, wearing a mask and social distance and all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty rough out there for the people who work in the restaurant and food industry. Definitely a lot of places that I used to see around here that aren't here anymore. I have great news though. Just recently I discovered that my favorite taco truck, which actually had been gone for the entirety of the lockdown period, so between last March and today basically, or like a few weeks ago, I discovered that they came back. I actually was coming back from my first vaccination dose, and like I saw them at the corner where they usually stop, and I was so excited. I actually got off the vehicle right away and was like, you know, can you just drop me off here? And I went and had some tacos. Well, I mean, I got some tacos to go and ate them here at home, but I was so happy. I'm hungry thinking about them. Look at Sky Design. Hello, props from Brooklyn. Wish I had a city near me. My town is like 14k people. We can all do some Brooklyn keyboard meetups. That'll be fun. I definitely don't go to Brooklyn that often anymore. It's pretty far. I actually live really far from Brooklyn. Terrence and other people who might be in chat from there. Like Brooklyn for me, it's like an hour away pretty much, because I live all the way up in Washington Heights. So like further way up in Manhattan. So it takes me like an hour to get to Brooklyn. I'm a big Broadway geek, so I really miss that too. Oh yeah, going to plays and yeah, definitely live music and shows in general. I miss them so much. I miss like live entertainment a ton. What truck is this? Where do they sit? They sit on the truck I'm talking about is on 162nd Street and Amsterdam Avenue. They are there at nights only, so they're there from like 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. Congrats on your first vaccination. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Oh, the classic food talk. Time to go make dinner. I had dinner before I started for that reason. I'm prepared. I try to eat dinner before stream normally, but sometimes I actually skip dinner and I eat afterwards. My aunt lives in Queens, and we used to go to this awesome fusion restaurant called Maisal. Ah, Maisal. Okay, and I miss it so much. Ooh. What kind of fusion though? What was the main type? I just miss Korean barbecue. KBBQ. You can do KBBQ at home though. Still, just get one of those butane stoves and just do KBBQ at home. I've done that a lot before. I mean, well, back in college, I would do like KBBQ at home, or like, you know, at school. Let's see. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me double check. Fusion food can be such a hit or miss. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it definitely can be a hit or miss. So today I'm gonna actually loop the stabs just using 205 grade 0. It's a bit easier. And I kind of just want to change it up too. It's more convenient in the cases where if you need to relube, you don't have to buy different kinds of lubes at the same time. Well, shit, it's just Mexican, which is great, but it looks like it's permanently closed. Oh no, permanently closed. That's so sad. COVID in New York City has been rough, but we have been lucky to have excellent delivery and curbside pickup, not to mention great markets, so many props to people that make that happen. Yeah, a lot of people are operating at a loss in New York City to continue working and providing food services to the people who need it, or like, you know, just like to stay afloat. I mean, do you guys know, have you guys ever watched Xiaoma on YouTube? It's the white dude who speaks amazing Chinese. Have you guys watched him before? I mean, he's pretty big on YouTube, but he goes into a lot of different I mean, he's in New York, and so he goes into a lot of like Chinese restaurants here in the city, and yeah, like the reality is like they're struggling, and a lot of people are operating at a loss. Actually, my favorite dim sum place in New York City closed. Jing Fong, if you know it. That guy's great. Yeah, he does some great videos. Yeah, Jing Fong, I'm so sad. Jing Fong's the best. Jing Fong was my favorite too. Yeah. Din Tai Fung? I mean, but there's no like, it's not the same like Din Tai Fung here in the city. So, like, you're just, yeah. But yeah, I think the best in the city was Jing Fong for sure, and they just recently closed. There's still the yeah, that's true. There's still the Upper West Side location, but it's not the same as that like Elizabeth Street one. Yo, how you doing, Jerk Chicken? Grateful the only decent, authentic fast food Mexican joint didn't close. Oh, that's nice. Jay, have you always had the MX Master mouse? Not always, no. I had an MX Master 1, and then I got a G Pro wireless for a bit. I still have the G Pro, and then eventually I bought the MX Master 3 because I needed an upgrade for work. So I got the MX Master 3. I've been using it since. My favorite mouse is the MX Master. In general, like I've pretty much been using MX Master for like the past, like I don't even know how many years, many years. And even for gaming, I use the MX Master. I personally don't care whether it's light or heavy or whatever, but I use that for gaming too, and it's fine. I do just fine. People argue a lot about mice, but I personally do fine with any mice. If you're complaining about the weight, you're just weak. Get stronger. Use your arms. I mean, it's personally because I just don't care. I honestly don't care. It's not like I'm a pro either, so it's like relatively it doesn't matter. Like my performance doesn't get better because I use a different mouse. I just suck, or I'm like a little better, and I just stay there, you know, and that's good enough for me. I don't need to become a pro. I don't need to. I don't want to. Like Rockley used wrist weights. Yeah, I feel like I would try out more mice if it wasn't for my being a lefty. Oh yeah. Yeah, being a lefty with mice, yeah, it's kind of rough. As soon as I can do so safely, I want to hit up Tasty Dumpling and Wool Hop. Cliche, I know, but damn, I miss that shit. Oof. Damn, I miss going out for food. Got really bad RSI in college from using an Apple Magic Mouse. Ooh, Apple Magic Mouse definitely sucks. Not ergonomic at all. At all. It's very gimmicky too, for what it's worth. How else do you woo girls if you don't tell them your League of Legends rank? I tell them I build mechanical keyboards. That's all I need. Why talk about League of Legends when I can just say I build mechanical keyboards? When you talk about a very niche hobby. How do you clean over loop stabs? I just use like a Q-tip kind of thing. Like anything that's kind of like you can just stick in there and get most of the lube out. You can't clean it completely, but if you take out most of the lube, you should be good, right? But you do need to take it apart for that. If you can't afford to take it apart, I just use like a napkin and like a Q-tip for mostly cleanup. Have you ever been to Awesome Dim Sum? I haven't. No, I have not been to Awesome Dim Sum. Did I just hear Getting Girls and League of Legends in the same sentence? Yeah, someone was talking about it, so. Jay was saying that you need to flex your rank on League of Legends to be attractive, apparently. But I think I'm pretty attractive without having to do that. So it's all good. Terrence, thank you so much for the 4 months, tier 1. Thank you. Yeah, that reminds me. So you know, obviously, like when you meet new people, like obviously people ask you what your hobbies are, and I'm the kind of person who like has nothing really to hide, and so you know, I'll be like, oh, you know, like I I like to tinker with electronics, and I actually, well, which I do, right? I actually tinker with other stuff too, and you know, I was like, I build custom mechanical keyboards. Like, I've been building custom mechanical keyboards for a few years, and it's this niche hobby, right? And people ask about it, and it's interesting to explain that to people. It's like, wait, you what? Like keyboards, like the music kind? It's like, oh, like, do you play like you know, for a band or something? I'm like, no. I'm like, not that. Mech keyboard builders get all the ladies. I'm not sure if that's true, because I'm single, by the way. so I don't think that's a true statement. It's okay though. It's not a bad thing either. For real, why is the gut reaction to always assume it's musical keyboards? Probably because when people say keyboards, they I mean, well, actually, that's a good question, because when people say keyboards, you do think of the computer one too. But I think it's just because people don't think of the computer keyboard being like something that you modify and stuff, I guess. But for some reason, modifying musical keyboards is okay. Wait, that's kind of weird too. So, yeah, I don't know. Weird thought process there. It's like I actually don't understand why people would think otherwise. That's like a good shower thought. Why do people think of musical keyboards instead of computer keyboards? My favorite's explaining artisans like a niche and a niche and a niche. Oh, for sure. Oh my god, if I have to explain artisans to someone, if I had to like not just explain artisans, but also like be like, oh, so I've been collecting for a while and I have like, you know, whatever, and obviously like at first people don't know what they cost, right? And you're like, so this is my collection. I'm so fucked. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that the number one thing I'll have to do in order to have a partner is gonna be to dump all my collection, because that's probably what's gonna happen. It'll be like this won't happen if you don't dump it. Oh god, if you don't sell it all off or whatever. All right, I actually forgot to just test the PCB right away. But oh wait, I'm gonna finish the wires first, and then we can do the PCB. Yeah, this cat keycap, 800 buckaroos. How could anyone not understand a healthy passion for miniature figurines? I mean, it's the same as collecting like I don't know, people collect like Funko Pops and fucking like plushies and like random things for their walls. Like, it's the same thing. Actually, artisan keycaps actually have more utility than things that you just hang in the wall and look at it every day. For keycaps, I can actually use them, tap them, photograph them, right? Like you know, like press them every day. I will see it every single day, you know, for the rest of my life while I type on a keyboard. Whereas, you know, a painting, like, you know, you have to be like in front of that wall or whatever. And a lot of like figurines, like actual figurines, like little statues or sculptures and stuff, they just sit on the stand or whatever, and like they just accumulate a bunch of dust eventually. I don't think that's necessarily true of artisans. It's kind of functional. I'm obviously making excuses, but oh god. The best option is just to simply not be interested in artisans. That is true. I do not let people know how much I've spent on artisans. Find someone who enjoys your artisans as much as you do. I did date someone who would enjoy artisans as much as I did. Do you tell them it's your retirement savings? I don't need to tell them that, but if they acknowledge it, then that's good. If I say like, oh, you know, like this is my backup, and it's not bad. I mean, of course, if something important in life came about and I had to liquidate my collection, I most certainly would do it, or like, you know, would consider doing it, because obviously it's just a material good in the end. So, but definitely explaining it can get a bit dicey. Get a bit dicey with that stuff. This is my artisan collection. See as well. You can tap the painting as well, but what if you can? What if it's like oil on canvas? What if you poke a hole into that canvas? It's an investment. I don't say that actually. I never say it's an investment. It's an investment is actually something that I refuse to say. I don't see keyboards that way. I've never seen keyboards as a vehicle to like profit from like reselling, or like because it technically accumulates value or whatever. It's definitely true that I feel a lot more comfortable spending a certain amount of money on certain things because I know that they'll preserve, like, or like not preserve, but rather like not like devaluing the same way as things do in like other hobbies or other kind of like areas where, like, you know, you unbox something and suddenly the value is like half. Like, it's nice to know that you have the security of being able to just get your cost back. But I never think of it as like, oh, this is like a 200% return or whatever. Like, that's something that I just don't think about. Like, I don't care about that. Because I also normally don't sell. Like, I almost never sell. And so thinking about that is already like, it's like assuming that I'm going to sell. So, yeah. Let's see. You can caress the sculpture. Bongos versus Bitcoin. My feeling when I pay for a wedding through a Harmech market. Keep's probably one of the easiest hobbies to liquidate your collection in. Yeah, for sure. Sell a 356 mini and use the money for down payment on the house. If I'm not selling to homies, I'm selling at flip price. I refuse to sell someone so someone else can flip. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I understand the skepticism around not wanting to sell to a stranger at a price that's convenient to them, because obviously they can always lie to you and go around and sell it for a lot more or whatever. Kind of like, you know, get their hands dirty. So, I understand. Investment implies you'll sell eventually, yeah. Alright. Like buying stuff directly from makers because you get that sense of supporting someone specifically. Yeah, that's exactly why I like artisans, because I am pretty sure that if artisans become a more like commercialized process where I'm just interacting with a company, like not like specifically like an individual, like an artist, I'll probably stop being interested in them. Because a lot of the appeal for me about artisans is actually interacting with these people, or like supporting these people directly and knowing kind of like what they're making, you know, that they're like they can like support their livelihood out of like the creative work that they're doing. So yeah, and you know, recognizing their giving credit, right? That's pretty much what it is. Scratches the plastic of vintage Pokemon pack. Yeah, I don't understand the Pokemon stuff, but I was into Yu-Gi-Oh a long time ago when I was a kid. But I mean, apparently Yu-Gi-Oh is like pretty weird market. What do you call the TKL boards that have no space around the arrow keys? TKL boards that have no space around the arrow keys? Do you have a picture? Whoever's asking this question, Hamtaro, do you have a picture of this? If you could post a link in chat, we can tell you probably. I'm actually not very sure what you're trying to say. TKLs that have no space around the arrow keys? Yeah, 75%? Probably? Compact? Yeah, maybe. Hey Zujo, how are you? What's your favorite pizza restaurant? I don't have a favorite here in the city specifically. I like a lot of places though. I'll just go with whatever's convenient for me actually. I actually don't really feel very compelled to go to a specific place for pizza. Pizza, the pleasure of pizza is being able to drop in anywhere and being like, oh, this is like $1 slice or like whatever. Or if it's specialty, then specialty, right? But like dropping at a place and knowing that you can get a slice for a price that's totally worth it. But yeah, that's what I like about pizza though here in the city. It's like so many pizza places, and you know, just getting a cheese slice and putting some like garlic powder and like some chili flakes and stuff. It's just like, that's the joy, man. That's the good shit. Folding it, if it's not folding, it ain't pizza, you know. At least in New York. New York slices have to be able to fold. Cooler Master Quickfire TK. It's a Google search link. Oh wait, what is this? Okay, hold up. Where do you buy artisans? You have to basically enter the forms that artisans, like artisan makers, put up. They're usually Google forms, and you put in like your PayPal email, your like username info, and then if you get selected, you get sent an invoice to pay. HashQ, the RNG for artisans is hard because there's just a lot of people. Happy to have a tiny artisan now, trying to get into more personal, not super mass-produced artisans. Yeah. That's the appeal for me. It's all about collecting K-pop photo cards now, bro. Yeah, I heard a lot of people are into K-pop photo cards, but I mean, not collecting them, but I know so many people have them. I personally am just like, I don't know what I would do with them. What would I do with K-pop photo cards? Put them like in a stack in my desk, like display them? How? I don't even have the space to display them. I also don't like that many K-pop people. TBH. I like Mamamoo. I like Chungha. I like, you know, like very few groups. SNSD. I'm like OG. SNSD. That's where it's at. Yeah, I like A-Pink and like I listen to like Red Velvet and like, you know, Twice and like all these groups, but I definitely kind of came to getting to know these groups kind of late. But yeah, I'm doing okay, Zujo. It's just been really busy. Sorry, I did mean the 75%. Okay, good. Okay, good. Do you have any 75% recommendations? 7V is a good recommend. Oh, yeah, sorry. 7V or SAT75. 7V, as people are saying. 75% depends on your budget, Hamtaro. What's your budget for a keyboard? What are you looking for? It depends on your budget and the availability of them. So, there are some things that are more attainable than others, and some things that you might just have to wait if you like the aesthetic of them. So you'll have to specify these kinds of things when you ask these questions. It's gonna be my first keyboard build, so I guess nothing that crazy. If that's the case, I personally recommend the KBD75 V2. I can't recommend the KBD75 V2 enough for something that's pretty decently cheap and like, you know, works in every practical way for 75%. 300 viewers, was there a raid? Yeah, Alex raided with like 500 people, so it's been pretty crowded, but it's dropping off quite quickly. Yeah, Alex Oto's raided earlier. Thank you again, Alex, if you're out there for the raid. I thought people already asked that question. 7V or SAT75. Do you have to commute in the city for work? Not right now. I'm fully virtual right now. But if things are normal, DZ slasher, I do have to commute by subway every day. But not right now. I'm currently mostly virtual. Yeah. My door-to-door though is not super long. It's like 30 minutes. 35 minutes tops. Hey Zoo, how you doing? Alright, done with the PCB for now. We should test it out, see how it does. So, let's just cover this for now. Alright, there it is. The light lights up. Let's see. Let's check VIA first. Okay, pops up on VIA, which is good. Let's see, go to layouts. Bottom row 625 is fine. Let's change the lighting maybe to, let's just do a rainbow or something. Alright, cool. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, underglow? Oh, I see. It's part of the underglow. Okay. Test matrix. And... Alright. Hydrate. Sure. Forgot I had apple pie. Sorry, that was random. Oh, yo, apple pie sounds great though. I love some apple pie. Wow, breathtaking, more hot than frog TKL today. Hotter than Sahara. Tornado. How you doing? How's it going? How's your week been? Or how's your week overall, actually? It's already Friday. Time's flying. Time's flying. Or at least that's how I feel, but I feel like it's already like we're hitting the end of March pretty quickly. Hard to believe it's been a year since we've been locked down here, but you know. It do be like that. Ooh. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Alright, we're good. Alright. PCB works. Great. We can hide this now. March 2020? Yeah, today is March 34th, 2020. In case you were wondering about the date. I just sold my unicorn and I don't know what 60 to get. Any ideas? You could wait for Salvation, which is coming in April. You could wait for Ion Keyboard's Rogue, which is coming sometime later this year. But if you want a keyboard right now, then let me think. What's out there for 60s? Leafs, Angel's a 65 though. Prophet's good, yeah. Prophet's a good keyboard in my opinion. Imagine selling a unicorn? I mean, hey, it's for some and not for others, I guess. To each their own. Do you already built your 265? No, it's still unbuilt right now. I actually need to lube switches for it, so that's why I haven't built it either. Haven't done switch modding yet. So yeah, there's that. What switches are you going with? I might try the AE boards and reds that I got. They're like JWK linears, 58 gram springs with slightly long pole, I think. Ogre or Unicorn for endgame 60? Whichever you can get probably is the answer. They're kind of different, I guess. Whichever you like more aesthetically and you can get, I think is the real answer to that question. Like, which one can you realistically get, and also like, do you actually enjoy the look of? They can both be built to look and to feel pretty nice. So, I would say just go with your gut as to what suits your taste better. Oops. What do you think about the Fuji? You mean the keyboard? It's pretty fairly priced for a 65%, I think. So I don't think there's much bad with it. I think for that, I would personally suggest just checking out like Apiary Stream, since she did a prototype build and there were a few other people who did too. I personally did not look at the Fuji myself, so I don't have a very solidified opinion on it. I also am not huge into 65% as you might think. But yeah, I think that if you're looking into it though, it's fairly priced, or it was fairly priced, I guess. Technically, it's not really on Group Buy anymore, is it? Or is it still? Actually, don't know. Is Fuji 65 still on Group Buy? I wanted to keep it, just couldn't refuse the offer. That's why I'm trying to find another 60. Think of the K, but not sure about the stiffness. What stiffness? K is stiff? Who told you that? Who told you that K is stiff? I have never thought of the K as a stiff keyboard. So whoever said that's probably memeing. Was watching Simon's review. Oh, Simon's review. Well then, if you're watching Simon's review, then fine. No comment. No comment. I see. That explains why. I really don't like his K-shake thing. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was like, I built one with half aluminum plate. I built one with half polycarb plate. I built one with all full aluminum plate, and none of them were doing the shaking thing, whatever. And I was like, they're fine. I shook them, and they didn't sound like they were like rattling or anything. So I don't see what's wrong. It's probably just not placed properly, like the gasket or something. Or not screwed down properly or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Depends on who's building it. Yeah, I think so too. Any mid to high end 65% that's not Group Buy? That's not Group Buy? Mid to high end? I mean, there's like TX65, there's like Keycall 265, there's TGR 910s, there's... I mean, well, actually, I wouldn't recommend the TGR 910 just because there's fakes out there. So it's very much possible that you could end up with a counterfeit product. But there's a lot of keyboards out there. Like there's there's like, oh god, there's like obviously a Think6.5. There's an E6.5. I like wrote down a bunch of recommendations for somebody, and I just don't remember where I put them. Let me see where I wrote them down. But there's so many 65% keyboards out there. Like there's just no shortage of them. So yeah. There's Foxlab, Key 65, Space 65, Dollinger, LZ CLSMS, Noxer 268, Vega, Savage 65. There's so many. So many. Anyway. So slap a softer O-ring in there if it's too stiff. Yeah, for sure. Or build it with a half plate. Lux, who I sold the Unicorn to, was saying the K was a super good board, especially with polyplate. K is stiffer than other O-ring boards I've tried? I don't think it's that stiff, to be honest. I actually think the Ogre is stiffer than the K. I actually think the Ogre feels stiffer than the K. Because the Ogre is very tight. There is barely any room inside of the case, so there's so I definitely think the Ogre might feel a bit kind of like more like a tighter case or tighter build than the K or the Unicorn. He was saying it was because his was the HKV version. I've had a couple of HKV versions. I literally built 2 HKV versions. I even built a K with the stainless steel bottom that was also HKV. So, I don't know. Alright, so let's see. Let's put some switches in. KVD75 V2 or GMK Pro. Personally, KVD75, but it's up to you if you want the GMK. I mean, I guess price-wise, they're kind of neck and neck, right? So. Simon clearly explains what makes the case shake. I mean, I don't mind. It's not like you're ever gonna do that. Unrelated, but have you ever tried to color something red and got the hot pinkish red color? Color in what though? What medium? Are we talking about paint? Are we talking about crayons, colored pencils, acrylic paint, like oil? That's very much random. So I'm not sure. Crayon? I guess so. Yeah. Maybe you just grabbed the crayon that was too late. But yeah. Red can appear a bit pinkish if you apply a little bit sometimes. Depending on the medium. What's a half plate and how does it differ from a normal plate? So Jagmit half plate basically is a plate that has there's no like the plate like this part here, the main portion here where all the letters are and the punctuation marks are here is cut out. So basically there's no plate in this area. So what happens is that you're basically typing directly on the switches that are on the PCB, and because there's less material basically between like the keycap, like from where you type all the way down, it's a bit of a softer typing experience. That's basically what a half plate is and how it differs for the most part. But you can make half plates of the same materials that you make full plates out of. So you can have half FR4, you can have half aluminum, half brass, etc., etc. Most people will try to go for softer materials for half plates because it's basically like doubling up on the softening effect. So maybe because it's plateless versus plate. For what? Kind of lost. Can you say if I've confirmed Diego's favorite board to build? I've already built quite a few. I can build them pretty quickly though, because I'm pretty used to it. Beware of the John, guard of all your lube. What? Oh, hey John, how you doing? Do you enjoy the sound of the K? I do. I do. I like the K. Do people not like it? I mean, I like it. Oh. Oops. How are creams fitting in the Think plate? Pretty easily. Pretty easily, actually. No issues. Haven't heard about it sound much. Quite interesting in getting one. They aren't super expensive either compared to Corn. That's probably because there's more Ks out there than you think. I mean, there were quite a lot of Ks made. So. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And then round 2, yeah. But yeah, Kimchi, the switches fit fine on the plate. Having no issues thus far. What the hell? Come on, Discord. Why are you doing this? Okay. I have a few sound tests of the K. I mean, of course, sound tests are relative, and like, yes, we can talk about that for a bit. Or actually, we don't have to. But I mean, if that helps, then good. I've done a few builds of Ks before, so you can take a look at those. There's build streams on YouTube now. Yeah, so I guess check those out if you want. If it helps. I've also done a few unicorns. Well, I haven't done like unicorn R2.1 more than once, but I do have a couple more unicorns to build actually. I think I have 2 more. Hey Diego, do you ever end up finding out if you had any spare Soul Fairy keycaps? No, I actually don't know if I do. As far as I know, I don't, but if I do, I'll let you know. I'll just have to go digging a bit to see if I have any left over. I think I only kept 1 pair, so. John hoards lube though, huh? I mean, I have a lot of lube too. Like, look, I have. That's my 205. That's my 3204. And I mean, yeah, I have lots of lube. Oh yeah. Lube for years. Lube for years. Let's see. What have been some of your favorite 60% HHKB boards that you've tried? Thermal is definitely there. I like the K a lot. 60% though, let's say 60% HHKB. Okay, 60% HHKB. I mean, I've tried the Gasket 00, which is comes in full, and there's also an HKB top that I liked a lot. HHKB though specifically. Well, like one of my favorite boards that I have as more of a collection purpose, but that I like a lot design-wise, is the KMAC Happy. But personally, I don't think it's a great board that sounds great. It just is. It has a very nice look to it. Obviously, I love the regular HHKB like in Topre. Let me see what else. I mean, I enjoyed the Kara when I had it. I still have it here, like when I built it. Did Prophet come in HHKB? I actually don't know. I think it only came in when keyless in full, maybe. I actually don't know if Prophet came in HHKB, but if it did, then I enjoyed the Prophet. So if there is an HHKB Prophet, then that's probably a good one also. Is that it? I haven't... There's other keyboards, but they only come in full. They don't come in HHKB, so... Oh, like the LZ-CLS SXH, which is the 60% version of the LZ-CLS series. That's a pretty nice board too. It's just typical top mount, so if you are going for a pretty standard top mount experience, the LZ-CLS series is actually pretty nice. And I think the prices are fairly accessible, other than the CLS TKL. So if you find one of those, that's also a pretty decent buy. Prophet HKB, yes, I see. Dustin has been MIA for sure. Sorry, y'all getting automated. Sorry about that. See, Obsidian, back to what we were talking about before. At what point in dating do you explain the loop thing? Probably after I've explained the keyboard thing, because that way it makes sense to explain the loop thing. Until then, I don't think I would explain the loop thing, because I would have to put it in the context of, oh yeah, so in mechanical keyboards, people customize their switches and stabilizers, and they use lubricants to make the action smoother. But if you would like to make action just kidding, I'm not gonna continue. I got into Angel GB, but it looks like it doesn't have a lot of interest. That's just probably because there's a lot of other boards too happening at the same time. Yeah, there's a lot of other keyboards happening at the same time. I mean, the Prophet was, I think a lot of people actually purchased also the Prophet to resell, which is kind of funny. And I guess there were, you know, people like them though. I mean, I liked the Prophet a lot, but I guess those people didn't. So, or like some other people haven't like been like. I mean, it's a good keyboard. It's pretty simple though. Like, it doesn't have a weight. It has a very simple look to it. But in my opinion, the typing experience of the Prophet is pretty nice. So if like, you know, going by that, I think the Angel is probably going to be a pretty nice board. It's kind of like saying like, I've tried the Polaris by AIO3, and I think the Vega is going to be a nice keyboard. It's kind of the same reasoning I'm applying. It's like, based on my experience with the Prophet, I think the Angel is going to be a pretty nice keyboard. It's crazy that it's still open. It's been 2 weeks. Probably just an allocation thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing though. In fact, I would much rather see group buys kind of stay like this, where people basically have the time to purchase. Because that means that if people ask like, hey, like, do you have a recommendation for a keyboard I should buy that's currently available for group buy or whatever, like even if I have to wait, then you can recommend them that. And it doesn't mean they're bad keyboards, it just means they have a lot of stock. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a large allocation for stock. I mean, they're trying to put food on the table, you know. They're trying to actually run a business. So yeah, it makes sense that they want to sell a certain amount. Prophet's so soft and comfy. Yeah, I agree. That's my experience with it too. Say hi to JD for me. Hi, JD. Temptation says hi. They did 300 boards for Angel, which was double of profit, at least for Canon Keys. I see. I didn't know you loop switches for other people, John. That's cool though. Oh hey Dennis, how you doing? I heard you got scolded. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard you got scolded, Dennis. What happened there, huh? So. Oh, wait a sec. Wait, scolded where? You didn't Reagan scold you for shipping me something without my apartment number? That's a Monka S, buddy. I was lucky I got it. I was lucky. That's only because my courier knows me and was like, oh hey, I recognize your name, so I dropped it off here. But otherwise it would have been gone forever. Okay, next time do better, cute Prometheus. Do you like the Constellation? I built one of them only. I actually plan on building another one soon. That one will be done with linears. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that to see kind of how it feels. But the first one I built with Navy switches, which are tactile switches from 80 boards. I think the Navy switches just had a bit of a ping to them, so that's probably why I kind of like felt like it was a bit like it had a bit of a pingy sound to it. But the board itself, the keyboard itself, is actually really nice. Like, it's super heavy, first of all, and there's flexibility for you to use basically different kinds of plate and like different kinds of mounting systems. So in my opinion, just based on that, the Constellation is like a really nice board to have for trying out new configurations. So I personally would recommend that a lot for that reason. It does have a fixed layout, I think, for like the bottom row and whatnot. So that's like another thing you could consider thinking about. But overall the Constellation is just like it's pretty solid board. Like there were no machining issues. I had no issues with fitment for like the plate or the switches or whatever. Yeah, I actually like had no issues with it personally, but yeah, I guess it just depends on who's. Yeah, if you want a really heavy and nicely anodized board, like for 65%, the Constellation's it's a pretty good choice, and you'll get the flexibility to work, like, you know, to try out different configurations with it too. Did I say that again? Cool. Multiple mounts options, very unique. I think more boards should implement that. I mean, so my opinion on that is that not every board should implement that. I think it's nifty though. Like, I think it's nice if, you know what would be nice? I think it would be kind of neat if not every designer, but keyboard designers that normally have a lot of interest had at least one board in their selection of boards that they have produced that is a bit more of a test bench like kind of board, where like it's a way to provide people the way to experiment and to try out kind of like in the same way the Salvation's like a test bench. So like you know, in the case of the Salvation, right, it's like a 60% tray mount, right? It basically enables you to use any kind of 60% plate and pretty much any PCB too. Like, you don't have to use the weird flex PCB that they're going to include. You can actually use like any other PCB that has a left side USB, and it's tray mount, so it's actually going to be compatible with a bajillion plates out there. So Yeah, I like that idea though. I like it when people make like a keyboard that has a variety of options available to the way you can customize it. I think it's kind of neat because that way you can actually have not a comparison, but you could actually kind of like see like what's unique about each maker's like way of designing keyboards. You know? A good way to get acquainted to it too. They're not told you my code name either. You see, we talk more than you talk to me, Dennis. Alright, I think the stabs are good. We're super rushing to get your Stellar and other orders out the same day. Only had like an hour to print and pack everything. I see. Tempest has done like 30 Constellation rebuilds. You should go ask that guy. Oh, I agree. Tempest does have a lot of Constellation rebuilds that he has done, so he would be a good person to ask about the Constellation. He loves his Constellation, so... Well, I actually realized I forgot to put one screw in. But it held up fine. Where's my screwdriver? Alright, let's get soldering. Do you have any tips if my first solder build is going to be the 7V? Go slowly, first of all. Listen to what people recommend you to do. Specifically, like, if you're using a soldering iron, make sure your soldering iron has some aspect of temperature control. You most definitely want to do maybe 350 degrees Celsius maximum is pretty good. I personally, I solder at 350 Celsius. I forget how much that is in Fahrenheit. Maybe it's like 660 or something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, so and then go slowly. Like soldering is actually not too hard. Actually, like how about we just show you how I solder. Like I can do a quick tutorial of how to solder a joint. So we can enhance here, and I can show you how to solder a single joint. I'm gonna use no fan for now, just so for demonstration purposes. But obviously use ventilation, so you can make sure to lick the tip to test if it's hot. So let's say my iron is now hot, right? Wait. So my soldering iron's hot, right? So what I do, I first of all, I use leaded solder. This is 6337 Kester solder, which actually if you do exclamation gear, you'll find all of the equipment I use for soldering and whatnot for building. So I tin the iron, which is basically, I tin the tip here, which is basically just applying a little bit of the solder, and then I actually clean it off. I clean the tip, right? So I use this brass sponge and I just clean the tip, right? And then, or the steel wool rather, sorry. And then I, it's tinned now. So now what you do first here is you put the soldering iron to heat up the pin, right? You're heating up the pin first, and then as it's heating up, you're gonna put in solder, right? So heat up, and then you put solder in, and then you let it flow, and then as you see it form that conical, like that cone, you stop, you let it go. Same thing for here. Heat it up, apply solder, let it flow, let go. Same thing again. We can do this again, right? Heat up the pad, apply solder, let it flow, let go. And as you can see, it only takes like 2 seconds or 3 seconds at most, right? Again, heat up the pad, put some solder in, let it flow into the pad, let go. And this is only taking like, 2 or 3 seconds each time. And as you can see, because I am carefully just putting solder in and like letting it go, it's not splattering or anything. Sometimes some of the solder might have flux included inside of the core of the solder, so sometimes it might splatter a bit of flux, which is the substance that allows the solder to flow properly in this like thermal conductivity process, like, right? So basically this is just a heat transfer process. So again, you heat up, you apply, you leave. Heat up, you apply, you let it flow, you let it go. And so on and so forth. So that's kind of how you solder. Does that make sense? And then as you solder, you want to make sure, first of all, look at something that I always make sure is I always make sure that all my piece, see how my plate sits parallel to the PCB. My plate is sitting parallel to the PCB, and a few other things to note is that every one of my switches is placed all the way into the plate. You see those little clips here? There's a clip here in the front, I mean here in the back and then in the front that clip onto the plate. And the switch is also fully flush, or as flush as it can be, to the PCB. So you always want to make sure that this is already done before you even start soldering. So before you start soldering, you're going to make sure that all of your switches are perfectly flush onto the PCB and the plate. That way you won't have any misalignment issues. See how here it's not fully pressed in? There you can see a little bit of that of the peg. You can actually press it in a bit further. And like from the side, you can actually see that there's a bit of a gap, but that's actually normal because there's these small little pegs that actually let the very bottom of the housing sit slightly above the surface of the PCB. But yeah, you want to basically make sure they're as flush as possible. Yeah, so here's like the front, right? But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. But if you have any questions, you can always feel free to join my Discord and ask. You can always, you know, we can hop in a voice call or something and walk you through it or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I hope that helped. Who was asking the 7V%? DZ, I hope that helped. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask anytime. It's not hard. It's actually very easy. Once you get into that like routine, I guess it's you'll solder your entire keyboard in no time. But yeah, take it slowly. You know, take it easy. Start slow. Like that's really what I would advise. It's like there's no point in rushing because basically every switch is its standalone thing. So you actually can do 1 today and 85 tomorrow or whatever. But you know, you can stop at any point basically. So just take it slowly. DZ, yeah, there's a guy named DZ Slasher in chat. DZ, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That's the best tutorial, solder tutorial I've seen. Oh, come on. That's not true. All right, I'm gonna turn on the fan, which is gonna be noisy, but I hope you can bear with it. And you know, regularly clean your tip. So let's say I soldered a few, let's say I soldered you know, like a handful of switches. In this case, I have this brass or steel wool, which is basically like metallic, like shredded like metallic wool, and you just clean your, like you can apply a little bit of a leaded solder on the tip, and you can just clean it off by like rubbing it on the wool. And you know, obviously when you're done, you always like let the iron sit in the socket, like where what's being held. Always clean your tips. Yes, always clean your tips, guys. But yeah, you get the idea. Is that thermal in Moon? That is correct. That is thermal in Moon. And I have a light at like 2 o'clock. So like, as in like, at my 2 o'clock direction, there's a very strong studio light. So that's kind of like how it looks from that way. Like you can tell that it's much brighter here than it is here. But that's because the light is like this way. But yeah, it's the gray one in Moon color. Alright, so I guess let's just go ahead and talk about the sponsors of the stream. I actually have a bunch of different sponsors who help support this channel and keep it going, and I'm super grateful to them. And is building a keyboard cheaper? I still use a membrane. All the mechanical keyboards are way expensive for me or just out of stock. Yeah, mechanical keyboards are definitely more expensive than like any membrane keyboard out there, for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with Canon Keys first. So I'm just going to talk about what group buys are currently available on each of the websites, and like the different key sets, for example, and some miscellaneous products that are available in stock. Okay, so let's first start with Canon Keys, CannonKeys.com. You can use the affiliate link that's in the sponsors command in chat to access the store and provide a small kickback. As far as keyboards go, right now on Group Buy, we currently have the Angel keyboard by Cable Car Designs, which is basically the 65% version of the Prophet keyboard, which is a pretty well-rated 60% keyboard that was released a couple of years ago, actually, but it finally came into Group Buy more recently, and I've personally built a Prophet before. I actually own one myself, and it's been great. So just given that, I personally would recommend the Angel if you are looking for 65% of that particular aesthetic, and it has an interesting way of mounting the PCB and plate assembly. So yeah, do check it out. There's also the Cornelius Keyboard, which is an ergonomic keyboard, ergonomic layout keyboard on Canon Keys. It's kind of like small form factors, so it might not be for everyone, just because you might have to get used to that particular layout. But if that layout is for you, you can consider it. It's currently on Group Buy. For key sets, right now we have GMK Fuji on Group Buy, which is a gray themed key set. It's inspired by Fuji, like the Mount Fuji in Japan. It uses the grayscale sort of colorway and some pink accents to add some flair to the set. So that's available. There's ePBT aesthetic as well, and DSA 1930 available as well for Group Buy. Other items that are currently in stock are the ANSI PCV, the Instant 60 or 65, the Practice 65. There's also the Seal linear switches by Minterly, which are also available. There's been a recent restock of lavender switches. There's also Lube. There's also dark amber T1 switches. There's also the reds and navies on Canon Keys, which are two different switches developed by AE boards from Australia. They're JWK switches. One of them is the reds are linears and the navies are tactiles. The reds just came out. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm pretty excited to try them out soon. So I actually have a batch of them that I'm waiting to lube and try it out. Alright, so next sponsor that we have for the stream is going to be Mint Autumn. Feel free to check out mintautumn.com for more details on their different projects. Mint Autumn is led by a keyboard designer. His name is Jack Static. He has done the Rukia keyboard, which is an Alice layout keyboard in polycarbonate, and he has done 2 different rounds for it. The round 2 is actually currently still in the fulfillment phase. So we're still waiting on more updates for that. There's also more coming up for them. They're working on injection molding equipment to make cases in different plastics as well, such as ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, which is a known plastic in the community for having like a lot of smoothness and different properties from other plastics that we've seen. And so they're working on making injection molding equipment for that. So if you want to stay tuned, they'll be making a TKL called Irma at some point, and they might also be making more Rukias in that particular plastic. So yeah, stay tuned for that and check out mintalum.com. Next up, we have Novel Keys. Feel free to go on novelkeys.xyz, where you can use the promo code Thunder for any in-stock item. You can get 5% off for a discount. You can use it on any in-stock item, so the following group buy items won't apply. So right now on group buy, we currently have the NK87 keyboard, which is a Novel Keys TKL keyboard that has just been put up for pre-order / group buy. It is being sold at a base price of $265 for a kit that includes quite a few things, pretty much including stabilizers, and it comes either anodized or coated in a variety of colors. I believe there's purple, yellow, and beige colors. It comes with a case. It's a fully programmable with GMK and VIA. It's also fully hot swap able, so you can actually don't have to solder any switches for that. And you can also switch to stabilizers if you have to. If you like to use PCB mount stabilizers, they now support them. So that's the NK87. We also have the NK65 Extra still available on the Novel Keys store. As far as key sets go, we currently have GMK Striker Round 2 and GMK Color Chrome still available for group buy. And then as of today, SA Tatooine, an officially licensed collaboration with Star Wars, Star Wars themed SA set was revealed earlier today on novelkeys.xyz. I believe it comes at a singular kit at $250, which is actually not an abnormal pricing for an all-comprehensive kit that comes in the SA profile, manufactured by SA Interplastics. And well, Novel Keys is known to have a very large assortment of switches and stabilizers and all sorts of accessories for your keyboard building needs. So feel free to check out their store for the rest of their catalog. There's also Gatoron if you're interested in accessories like plushies and such. So Gatoron, pretty popular accessory that's sold on the Novel Keys website. It was the first plushie themed plushie that they released on their store. Next up, we have Gatoron, indeed. We have Omnitype. You can head on over to omnitype.com/lightning, where you can check out different desk pads that are in stock and are regularly restocked as well. And we also have GMK Norse that's currently on group buy. So if you're interested in a Nordic rune containing key set, it's a new way to do sub legends, and it looks pretty unique. So if you're into that look, do feel free to check out GMK Norse on omnitype.com. Next up, we have Prime Keyboards. On Prime Keyboards, we have a variety of in-stock items. You can check out primekb.com/lightning. On Prime Keyboards, they actually have my favorite stabilizers, which are the Durock V2 stabilizers right now in a black smoky housing with black wires, but they also have them in the alpaca colorway, so that's a gray and a light pink. Speaking of alpacas, they also have alpacas and silent alpaca switches in stock. And they also sell the Cobalt Palm switches. They sell desk keys films. They sell a different variety of accessories that you should check out. So primekb.com/lightning for all that. Next up, we have Project Keyboard. So projectkeyboard.com, where we currently have GMK Astral on group buy. So go ahead and check that out. It's by the same designer who made GMK Vaporwave, I believe. How is chat so respectful during the sponsor segment? Is this Twitch? I guess people are nice. I mean, also, I mean, there's not much because I'm not reading chat. So like,
if people say a lot of stuff, I probably won't be reading it right away, right? But anyway, there's also that. Did you say Vaporwave is back? No. I said the GMK Astral is a key set that's made by the same designer who made a Vaporwave. Vaporwave is not back though. Alright, next up we have, after Project Keyboard, we have Mr. Salvin, all the way in Belgium. Salvin is a machinist in Belgium. You can head on over to salvin.com to check out his different collaborations and projects. He does a lot of wonderful things. He makes keyboards as well as manufactures keycaps, metallic keycaps, for novelty designs and collaborations with different keyset designers. He's done it for countless keysets at this point, and he'll probably continue to do so. So do feel free to check out salvin.com for that. For his different projects. There's also in stock right now on salvin.com is some of his apparel. So I have personally tried the hoodie, the red hoodie that he currently carries in his store. I think it's super comfortable. It's super nice. Of course, the only thing is that you will have to be paying shipping from all the way in Belgium. But other than that, like if that consideration is something that you can look past, then I actually would recommend that hoodie. It's super comfortable. Other than that, we have the Wilbatech PCBs. There's a Wilbatech 60 Weird Flex Edition, as well as the Wilbatech Graphite PCBs, which are compatible with a variety of products. Specifically for the 60%, it's compatible with the thermal as well as the Keycult 160. And the 65% is compatible with the Keycult 265 and 165, and so on and so forth. The Wilbatech Graphite PCBs are available for those. As far as projects, upcoming projects, indeed, as Viperman GT just said, Salvation is going to be available through Salvin. Salvin will be manufacturing Salvation, which is a 60% upcoming 60% keyboard, tray mount keyboard with a leaf spring mechanism underneath it that is going to allow people to experience a much softer typing experience. I believe Apiary Keyboards and Alex Otos have done overviews of the new Salvation prototypes, but very exciting. You can use any tray mount plate as well as PCB, which is basically a left-sided USB 60% PCB for this keyboard, and it's going to be offered in April. I forget the exact price tag, but it's like in the $400 ballpark. Are you getting Gatoron? Maybe eventually, yeah. I'll probably get Gatoron at some point. I currently haven't though, but I eventually will. Right now, budget's a little tight actually, so I've been trying to save every penny where I can. All right, so now we've done soldering. And then after Salvin, we actually have one more sponsor, which is Space Cables. You can head on over to spaceholdings.net for any pretty much any key set that you've seen for Group Pi. Space Cables will have a collaboration for them. So if you're looking for a Striker or Nightshade or Cobalt or Norse colored cables, you'll actually find them there. So go ahead and check out spaceholdings.net for that. GMK Nightshade is also currently on Group Buy on Space Cables or on spaceholdings.net. So there's that set will be running up all the way until April 3rd. And there also is the SP20 and the Ouch Kick desk pads. So there are these very eccentric desk pads on Space Cables. They're currently in stock, so if you're into them, you should check those out. There's also the XHT BDZ lubricant that we have seen on previous occasions, available as well. And there's also a lube station available on Space Cables. So yeah, just check out those products. We actually Space Cables is actually currently working on a bunch of different projects, and I would say that I'm pretty excited to see the development of more keyboard related stuff from them. So stay tuned for that. I actually will be building a new upcoming acrylic kit called the Stellar. It's a cool collaboration between Clavier and Space, and so we'll be building that at some point soon. I'll let you guys know when that is happening. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go, but let me just test the PCB. So that's it for the sponsors. All right, everything works. All right, cool. So let's assemble this. Ooh, I forgot the plate foam. I'm an idiot. I forgot the plate foam. I guess we're going with no plate foam. I apologize. That I actually forgot. I actually forgot about the plate foam. But I think we'll be actually okay without the plate foam. Personally, I prefer to build without plate foam, so there's that. I think that's probably why I didn't use it, because I normally never use plate foam. Do you prefer 6.25 or 7U? I prefer 7U generally, but I don't mind 6.25 on certain layouts. There are certain layouts that are okay with 6.25. Alright, so let's first put on some bump-ons actually. So let's see. These are the rubber feet. Good evening, Sir Hedge. How are you? So many 65s on Twitch lately? I mean, 65 is such a popular layout, you know? JD needs a buddy. He's looking lonely. Oh, man. Y'all don't have to crowdfund for Gatoron. I can get a Gatoron. Obsidian. SMH. Alright, let's open this guy up and apply the gaskets. Diego, F2 when? You mean F2 as in Gion works F2? I have no idea. If Gion wants to send an F2, I'll happily build it. Alright, let's open this guy up. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out. See what he's doing with that. Alright, screws are out. And let's see, so do the gaskets go on the plate or on the case? I think we'll apply them on the case if possible though. Let's see, uses quite a few gaskets, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then on the other side, so 16. Okay. Let's actually apply the gaskets on the case, because in the case that you, no pun intended, that you need to switch out an assembly, it's easier when the gaskets are on the case rather than on the plate. For those who might not know what I mean. This time show me what caps you have and then make a decision. I actually think we might use the ones that we just got from Canon Keys just to see what they're like. But we can try a different key set too though. We can actually try 2 different key sets. Actually that wouldn't be bad, because that would be a nice way to compare them. So yeah, sure, I'll show you what caps I have in a bit and we can go from there. Yelsu. Oh man, this is gonna take a bit, huh? So many gaskets. We are currently down 5 of them out of 16. So yeah, what's up chat? Do y'all have plans for the weekend? I actually planning on, I have a bunch of work to do, but on Sunday I'm planning on checking out this coffee shop on sometime, I think it's like Midtown East. So I'll be going out for a bit. Looked pretty cute. They had like lavender like lattes and like other kind of like more like interesting drinks and stuff. So I'm kind of excited for that. And then just been, I don't know if I'll be building any more keywords this weekend. I'm not sure if I'll have the time, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. Blue Bottle's pretty popular there. You in Manhattan? Yeah, I'm in Manhattan. Vaccine hunting this weekend. Oh, fun times. I actually had to I had to like refresh the vaccine finder website quite a few times when I was looking for appointments. I work over the weekend? Oh, I see. Going out to a bike park. Oh, that sounds fun. But Blue Bottle is popular in general, right? But I actually personally am like whatever on Blue Bottle. I mean, it's good, but it's just like kind of like, yeah, it's like alright. I think there's a lot of good places that are not necessarily Blue Bottle too, so I personally am not too fussed over Blue Bottle. I really like to live in Manhattan for a bit. It's fun, although I mean I personally live in Manhattan, but I live all the way up, so kind of far from all the main like attractions or whatever. Like if I need to go downtown, it takes me like half an hour to 45 minutes, sometimes even an hour if it's like a busy day or like things are delayed and stuff. So it depends on the day pretty much. But like I mean, I go to like K-Town a lot, for example, or like the Lower East Side if I'm like meeting up with some friends specifically. But I mean, like on a normal New York City day, right? Not during like pandemic lockdown period. But yeah, I do like New York quite a lot. I've lived in New York City for a decade, but all in Brooklyn. I see. What colorway is the Think V2? It's all black. It's pretty much all black. It's the Darth Vader one, I guess. Is that the Darth Vader one? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's all black. I prefer Gregory's over Blue Bottle. I'm not sure if I've tried Gregory's. Or actually, oh, I probably have actually, but I don't remember how it would compare. So, moving my office to a new room in the apartment and breaking down the desk setup is the worst. Oh yeah, I mean I recently upgraded my desk, right, Terrence Fox. It was fun. Obsidian and other people in the Key Call Discord or in my server can probably tell you about that night I was tearing down my old desk and getting the new one up. It was fun, but it was a long process. I think I stayed up like most of the night pretty much. You like the thermal? I do. People have been asking me that a lot today. I do like the thermal quite a bit. It got my second dose, I assume, a few weeks ago. Very nice. Congrats, Dustin. That's great. That's great news. Yo, Dustin, thanks for the tier 1. Can I hear those artisans? What do you mean hear? You mean see? You mean see the artisans? Here. These are duck caps by what's his maker name? I forget. This is a friend of mine. He's in the US. That's Toki P. This is Earl's from Hungerworks Studio, and it's a Zorb cap, I think. But yeah. And the bottom one at the the 2U at the bottom, I think it's Prime Caps. It's a Prime Caps Cloud Chaser. I've only completed in Twitch yet, not Discord yet, but the night is young. Yeah, I kind of did like a photo log of my building the new desk. That was fun. Alright, we're done with the gaskets, finally. There's quite a few of them. There's a few spares here. Put them back in here. Let's leave this in too. Alright, now we can assemble it. So, let's see how this fits. Actually, I think it fits the other way around, but let me see. Actually, it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't. The cutouts are kind of different. Okay. Maybe. Like this. Oh, I see. These cutouts have to line up. Maybe it is like this. These cutouts are not lining up. Oh. Oh, okay. I see. I think this is how it goes. Yeah, okay. Alright, and then we just put in the PCB. Make sure that the port is there, okay? And then we just put the top. No. 1U or 2U blocker gain? Definitely 1U. I don't like the 2U. It's in a weird position for the 2U. I don't like that. Personally. Kinda wanna eat them. I was talking about the ones in the thermal. Oh, I see, I see. You wanna hear them? I mean... Oops. Like... Yeah. What's that gray keyboard doing on your desk? It's so cool. Is it available? Where can I get it? You can get the thermal right now on... You can get the thermal and the thermal plus right now on RamaWorks. It's available until mid-April, I think. So there's quite a bit of time until you can decide. But yeah, there's a round 2 thermal going on right now on RamaWorks. It's a design by Wilbatech. And yeah, the 8th. That's just 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Any thoughts on this board, the Numa? I've heard people talk about it. Let me check it out. Let me put that on the browser page. So let's see. Let's check out this Numa thing. Numa, yay. Okay, 60% board, Polygroup by Unlimited by Salvin. So at least the manufacturing, I have no doubt that the manufacturing will be fantastic, because I know for a fact that Salvin does really good work in manufacturing. So, okay. Oh god, this font is tiny. The Numa is my latest keyboard design and my take on 60% form factor that I've worked on for the past year. And then what does it say? Numa translates to and is interpreted from the Greek to the word breath or spirit, blah 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 blah. Okay, I don't need to know keycap lore shit. Slow rebounding gasket mount. Okay, kind of similar to the... Actually, the gasket mounting is very similar to Think6.5 actually. It has like some very similar tabs. Screwless and seamless exterior design. Cool, whatever. Covering case angle. Okay. There's just so much text that I don't care about. Symmetry of the board, design cues like the screwless exterior. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Renders. Okay, the vendors are great. Space, Hylam KB, Daily Clock, and my keyboard. Renders look pretty good. Prototyping typing test. And the new mill with Lube alpacas by that's Cohen, right? That's Cohen. Looks good. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. How much is it gonna be? I don't know. How much does it cost? Doesn't come in white, but silver is an option? Oh yeah, that's good. But yeah, I think all this text is kind of like whatever. Like I don't care for all this like slow rebounding and screwless exterior. Like it's just like it's all this kind of reads a bit like marketing fluff to me. But what I care about is just looking at it, and it looks like a pretty clean design. I mean, it looks pretty clean. Yeah, no, this looks good. Port is nice and low to the desk. Looks like, let's see, daughter board. Wait, hold on. Has a daughter board. God damn, stop scrolling. Damn it, I hate this. I hate this auto scroll thing. They need to not do this. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm done. I'm not gonna bother anymore. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like a nice 60%, and I think the principle behind the way it's mounted, it's been done before, so it's I can't see it go wrong, especially with, I mean, Sal's manufacturing it too, and so I don't think that's gonna be an issue. So at least you have the guarantee that the manufacturing, right, like the quality of the machining is going to be pretty good. So actually that's a huge part, right? I mean, if you know that the machining is good, I feel like the rest is just logistics, group by logistics mostly. And it looks like all the vendors are I'm pretty familiar with all those vendors. They're all good vendors. Only when keyless layout, it seems like it. I couldn't tell though. There was not too much it didn't say like whether it was only when keyless or not, but yeah. I'm assuming there's an interest check on Keycaps, so probably need to check the interest check on Keycaps for that. Alright, so let's Yelsu, are you still around? I believe I still have all of these sets on here, so you can choose from those probably. Oh, not Bingsu though, because we did that last time. And we're gonna first do the Sugarplum set actually, but the second set that we do, we'll do it whatever you say. I do want to try the Sugarplum one first, but we can try the second key set that we try. We can try it with whichever one you decide. Oh, so something kind of neat. I mean, it was noted on Alex's stream as well, but do you guys see this tray? It has like these groups for each of the keys. Like it's like equals, plus, backspace, function, alt. It's kind of cute. It's kind of funny though. It's kind of cute though. It tells you which key goes where. Big brain labels, that's neat. Yeah, I know, right? It's like a fun way of doing packaging. It's like you'll know which keycap you actually like lost or whatever. These trays are definitely nicer than the GMK trays. So even if they're like these are very thin and kind of like they're a bit flimsy and all that, but they actually I mean, they actually contain the keycaps properly, and you can actually take them off easily from their slots. They're stackable, right? So even if the packaging is like thin and plastic and all that, it works well, unlike the GMK ones. The GMK trays are bad. You guys have seen some of the clips out there. But yeah, the GMK trays are no good. We'll do accent enter. You can use that piece of plastic on the keyboard instead. Just like lay it on top. That's a big brain. What keycaps are those? Look nice. These are the these are prototype. This is a prototype set from Canon Keys. It's called NicePBT Sugarplum. It's going to be an upcoming new manufacturer that Canon Keys is working with, and this is basically a set to try out. Looks like the sorry, I just haven't pushed it. But spacebar looks pretty straight. These are looking pretty straight to me so far. So far so good. Let's see what they sound and feel like. Let's see. Arrow keys. I need those. Sounds like it needs foam. We'll see. I think not all the keycaps are on, so we'll see after the keycaps are on too. Maybe it'll need foam. Maybe I'll rebuild it later. If it needs foam, I'll rebuild. I can rebuild it off stream with foam or whatever. Page up, page down. Is this the short shift? Yep. Oh, okay. 2 functions. Yeah, switch this to super. Okay, where's pipe? Pipe, here it is. Do you have a favorite plate material or mount? I like aluminum and top mount. But yeah, I mean, I personally, I've tried a lot of different things, and I like a lot of different things too. Like I like Oscar mount, and I like polycarbonate. I like palm. Yeah, but I would say aluminum is a great middle ground if you're looking for something that kind of is like somewhere in the middle. But yeah. All right, so it looks good. All right, let's see. These guys can go back here. Would you recommend new MX clears or vintage MX clears for making ergo clears? I think that you could it even comes with a keycap puller. Yeah, it does. What set is that? This is a Sugarplum, NicePBT Sugarplum from Canon Keys. I actually will just write it down. So it's like NicePBT Sugarplum. Not available right now, but will be. So it's cherry profile PBT with dye sub and reverse dye sub. Will be available later on Canon Keys. More details TBA. There. But yeah. Alright. So we can try this one out. And also, did he also say anything earlier?
I don't think he said anything actually. Oh, which beige GMK sets do you have? I have beige GMK. I have KA 1953. I have 9009. I mean, those are the only beige ones, right? And I have Greek beige and Korean beige too. Hi Diego, do you prefer tortas or semitas? I'm going through a Mexican sandwich renaissance. I prefer tortas in general. Semitas are good though, but I prefer tortas. I prefer like the more traditional sandwich. Do you like bar knob 65 or what are your thoughts on it? I actually don't know what the bar knob 65 is, so I can't tell you my thoughts. You forgot a keycap on escape? I know. We're gonna choose an artisan for it. Or I'll choose an artisan for it, I guess. Since we're here. Let's see. Let's pick an artisan for it. It's purple. It's purple. Purple. Let's pick. This one maybe? I like the kernel, but maybe the Exmar? It's a bit too bright. It's not purple. What's the macro pad? That's a Rama M10. Rama M10A. I've had it for a while. E3 on the left tray. E3. Ooh, very nice pick. Yeah. So this is gonna be a Prime Caps deep space cap or deep field cap. That's a good pick. Yeah, let's go with that. The Kiwi goes nice with the Enter IMO. I do agree with that too. Sure, that would have been a good pick as well. But here it is. Looks pretty good actually in person, this set. Alignment looks actually pretty good. The alignment of the control, super and alt look pretty good here, and the overall set looks. Oh, one thing I do notice is the caps lock key and the shift arrows don't quite line up perfectly, but they're pretty close. This is very minor. I think this is definitely fixable. But the legends actually look pretty good. They look pretty crisp. I don't see any like feathering, which is when like it looks fuzzy. So there's no feathering on these legends for the PBT set. The backspace arrow is a bit small and also a bit underneath. I think it's like not perfectly centered, but it's still the key itself is perfectly straight, so that's okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a few things that are probably not perfect, but it looks okay. It's good to see more PBT though, for sure. What cap set is that? It's. I need to set a command. Wait, oh. I need to set a command. How do I? I think I'll just say. Where's the thing I just wrote earlier? Oh wait, that didn't work. Was it? Whoops. Was it set command? Add command? Oh, command add. That's right. But anyway. It's a set by Canon Keys that they're still testing out, but they'll be working with this new manufacturer soon. If I send the Keycat link to bar knob, could you tell me what you think of it? Yeah, maybe later in a bit. So as you can see, there's the Think look, the little light bulb lights up here. All right, let's see. Let's try typing on it. Exclamation keycaps. Yeah, hold up. That didn't work. So that I made a mistake there. Add new command. There. It should be up now. All right, cool. Let's do a typing test. Where's the typing test? Here it is, I think. Ooh, even the typing test colorway sort of fits the theme of this key set. Pretty cute. All right. All right. Let's try this. So we have a Think6.5 V2 with a full FR4 plate. Is there any color mismatch? There's no color mismatch. No, I don't see any color mismatch between like Legends and Mods and the keycaps. So it looks pretty good for the set. Looks pretty clean for sure. 69. I don't think I've ever hit under 100 for a while now, but yeah. Yeah, so yeah, full FR4 plate, novelties creams for the switches, Lube with 205 grade 0, and we have this PBT set, NicePBT Sugarplum that we got from Canon Keys to check out. So let's try it out. All right, here we go. Oops. So slow. Why don't you just copy paste the words easy collab? Are these keycaps cherry profile? Yes, they are cherry profile. They're cherry profile PBT. Let me try this again without my earphone. So here we go. FR4 plate. Oh yeah, it's an FR4. My bad. That's actually my bad. It should have been FR4 plate. Sorry. Yeah, sorry about the command. It was wrong. It's FR4 plate. It's a full FR4 plate. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Let me try again. Oh.
Okay, let's listen to the mods with these caps for now. Seems strange to me that people use their right hand to write. What? So it sounds pretty good, to be honest. But I definitely want to try it. Let's try. We can try some different caps too. One day you should smash one of them keyboards on stream. Seems like something people would watch. No, I wouldn't do that. These are not even my keyboards. GMK spacebar. Ooh. Camping mods CRP tulip alphas? What? What's with this combination? There's so much. No. I'm Yelsu, pick one set, please. Please pick one set. Don't make me go for 2 sets. It's so much work. Do a lot of clients have you mil-max PCBs? No. Well, I only will take mil-max if you pay for the time and labor, which is non-trivial. Like, yeah, it'll cost quite a bit for mil-max, just because it just takes a long time. Dude, the split materials are too good. No, I'm gonna cancel Yelsu today. Split materials are no good. Not for me. We're gonna go with Graceless suggestion, and I'm just gonna return your points. I'm gonna return your points, and we're gonna do GMK Striker and call it a day. Let me see. Oh, good thing I didn't take your points. Let me find it. Where did I put it? GMK Mom Spaghetti. Okay, hold up. I need to find Striker. I don't know where I put it. Ah, here it is. You ever play and stream video games? I don't stream video games, but I do play games. I do play games, but I don't stream any. I don't really stream any games. If this looks really good, I'll be forced to buy a Striker. Well then, we'll see. What games? Right now I've just been playing Genshin. I occasionally play Overwatch with some friends. I'll play like single player stuff too. So I'm about to start Witcher 3 probably. Yeah. But I haven't really been playing like Valorant or like Valheim, any of that stuff. But yeah. Mostly been playing single player stuff recently though. Do you play any Civ games? I used to play Civ 5 a long time ago, but I kind of got sick of it, to be honest with you. I have Witcher 3 and just got Red Dead. Red Dead's good, yeah. I think V2 Tifu edition, pretty much. Okay, so these PBT caps definitely a little tight on the stems. So whenever you're removing, use a keycap puller and just make sure you wiggle a little bit. Would Striker on a blue board be too much? Maybe. Depends on the tone of blue probably, but I don't know, these are too tight for that. Just finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Do not recommend. Oh, I played like up to Black Flag, and that was pretty good. But I haven't played any new Assassin's Creed stuff. Didn't really have any interest after that, actually. Kind of lost interest in that franchise overall. If you like Civ, play Anno 1800. I'm not huge into Civ. Like I got sick of the playstyle for a while. It's too slow. This whole turn-based thing feels a bit too slow for me. Kind of get impatient about it. I much prefer like Age of Empires, really. Oh man, this spacebar is like really tight. Okay, there we go. Did it pop or anything? I don't think it did, but I'm gonna just double check. Okay, no, stabs are good. I thought it looked off, but it's actually fine. Okay, cool. All right, one more turn. Yeah, that's basically Civ in a like that's pretty much Civ in a nutshell. One more turn. It's actually I actually don't like it. Kind of got sick of it. Do you prefer playform with any kinds of plates? I actually don't I tend to default to no playform at all, and then if I really dislike it, then I try it, but I normally don't try playform right away. I kind of feel like it either mutes or deadens the sound quite a bit, like it kind of makes it very flat, so yeah. I prefer not to use playfoam though in general. Striker and a blackboard. I have to say, the blue from Striker doesn't go too well on black. I think it's a little bit too, like, I think the black is a little bit too dark, and the blue is a little bit too blue. It's okay, but it's not my personal favorite combo. Yeah. Striker looks really good on white, though. Or on, it looks really good on silver, white, yeah. SMH camping and CRP would have been good on black. I actually don't really like, I don't like putting beige on black though. I think I've told you that before. Beige on black actually kind of looks like meh. It's not that good. Beige looks way better on silver or gray even. Silver and beige never miss. Wob would have been lit for sure. Wob's always lit on black though. Arrows. I heard that as WAP is lit. Whatever you want to hear, man. Whatever you want to hear is what you heard, probably. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright. Alright, let's give this a shot. So we have, this time we have GMK Striker and as a key set instead of the PBT set. Let's give it a shot. So this is Novel Keys Creams on an FR4 plate with no case, with no plate foam. Alright, here we go. Wait. Ah. Are they new creams? Relatively, but they're not scratchy. I mean, they're like slightly broken in. But yeah, these are definitely lube. So yeah, let's listen to the mods for a sec. Oops. How's the flex on top of the board compared to the bottom? Pretty similar. It's pretty even. I mean, like, it's the only thing that kind of, like, that you'll probably notice is that it's there's a bit of a curve to the back. So if I push it this way, then it'll tilt slightly. But it's probably because I'm pushing this way. But yeah, no, the flex itself is actually pretty even. Is the Think6.5 gasket or top? It's gasket mounted. But yeah. Discord go Bing. Oh yeah, that was my mute button. My apologies. Yeah, that was my mute button being pressed because I have a keybind on the function layer for Discord. So yeah, that was probably what you guys heard. My bad. Are you going to be purchasing the F2 when Geon finally releases it? If I have money, maybe. Yo, MB, how you doing? Time to head to bed? Sounds good. Still think the plum set looked better? I think the plum set looked better for sure than Striker. I think Striker doesn't look too good on black only. I definitely prefer Striker on a lighter keyboard rather than that darker one, just in general. Do you own any gray studio boards for personal, like as a personal? No, I don't actually. What else have they done? Gray Studio. They've done the HB85, right? That like humongous gigantic keyboard. They've done the Think series. What else have they done? Gray Studio. Don't remember what else they've done, but I don't think I have any of their boards. So yeah. Diego, are you going? Yeah, no, I already answered that. I think 6.5 or Vega. Oof. I actually haven't tried the Vega in person. But the Think 6.5 is actually not bad. Like it seems to have, like it's pretty solid. I mean, like it's pretty standard. Like the typing feel is actually pretty good. Like it's soft enough. I would say that this might benefit from a polycarb plate, maybe even. But the full FR4 actually sounds pretty nice, and the overall feel of the board is actually like pretty good. I mean, I like the centered USB port. I think that's great on the Think 6.5. Oh, the Space series too. Yeah, the Space 65. They've done that too. Yeah, they've done a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, this board is actually, I do like this 6.5 V2 much better than the V1. I remember seeing a V1 before. I don't think I streamed or anything when I saw it, but I saw it from somebody else. But the V2 kind of like has ironed out a lot of things, and it looks pretty nice too, overall. So there is a board. As you can see, it lights up here. There's the little underglow going on. This is what it looks like with Striker. I definitely do think that the other set looked better on this, but it's a pretty nice board nonetheless. And this is the back here. You can see, it's a little bit dirty, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, need to wipe it down. But yeah, there's a Think weight, sorta weight. I mean, it's like aluminum accent. It's all black though. These kinds of details are super nice. I like these kinds of little details. I mean, they're kind of like, they kind of match the theme of the board, which is pretty cool. Side profile looks nice to me. No gaps or anything. No issues with that. Definitely black. All black is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, which is what I noticed. I mean, that's also because I have kind of sweaty hands, so there's that. Front profile, there's a bit of a lip here between the case, the top piece and the bottom piece. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty nice. The black looks grayish. No, that's because my light here is super bright. My light here is like really bright. Yeah. So it looks grayish in that light, but like it would look actually more like that. I think that looks more black. But yeah, it looks grayish because it's hitting the light directly here. I mean, the light's hitting the keys directly here, so. Two-tone looks better. I think this would look good with like white on black or a black key set in general, like a bit more murdered out look for sure. But I mean, neutral colors, so it goes well with a lot of things. So anyway, that's what I have for today. Let's see. So do we have, when are you planning on building the key cult? Not too soon. I'm actually a bit busy. Specifically, I have a lot of other client builds I need to get through. Unfortunately, I don't want to postpone those because they've been waiting for a while, and obviously, like whoever, you know, it's just like put yourself in their shoes. You know, you send a builder your keyboard, and you know you're hoping to get it soon because you're excited about it. And I don't want to delay that too much for people. So probably whenever I'm kind of lower on, I'll like squeeze it in between things. But I don't think it's gonna be too soon. I also need to loop switches, so there's that. Like right now, the next few keyboards I'm going to be building is going to be I'm going to be building a Unicorn Round 2.1. I'm going to be building a Constellation. I'm going to be building a Matrix 8X V2.0 additional soon. I'm also going to be building, eventually I'm going to be building a Classy TKL, a GAF 60, a Duck Eagle, the 265, another Unicorn I think I have to build. So yeah, there's like 2 more Unicorns coming in. So what color Unicorn? I'm pretty sure that we have at least a purple one that's going to be built, and at least a green one that's going to be built as well. So so far we've done the white one built. We've seen the purple one, but there's going to be also a green one at some point. Yeah. Almost all the options. Yeah, pretty much all the options except for polycarb, pretty much, right? So everything except for polycarb, I think, is basically what we'll have done. All the alu options, I believe. Yeah, so keep an eye out for those. Pretty much like, if you join my Discord, there's a queue list where it shows the order of things. But other than that, you can always just ask me. Yeah, but feel free to join my socials. Like, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Discord. Feel free to join those. They're here in chat. But yeah, other than that, I have other exciting things coming up. I will most likely be building, so I will be building also a prototype keyboard. I'm going to be building a Droplet TKL by BAM. I'm going to, I have the Stellar from Space Cables and Clavier, and then I have a few other projects coming up So there's quite a lot in the queue, and like quite a lot coming up in the near future. So I hope you're excited, because I am. Azamar, would you prefer standard TKL or F13? I prefer standard. I like the spacing of standard TKL more than F13. I think F13 looks a little bit cramped. The symmetry on the two sides is pretty nice, but I think the spacing of the standard looks a bit more like relieved to me. I like the standard TKL better. Yeah, just a preference thing though. It's not like if I can use either, it's like I don't mind. I don't mind whichever I use, but I do like standard slightly more. Let's see if anybody's streaming right now. We can consider rating somebody. But yeah, let's see. If y'all have any questions, let me know in chat right now. Any last minute things, but otherwise I think we're pretty much done. Let's see, right now we have Presley, we have Tim Keyless, we have Hugo Keys. Well, we haven't rated Hugo in a while, I think. We have Dr. Huru, whom we rated at some point before. And there's a few other streamers that are unrelated to keyboards, but if we want to rate someone in keyboards, we have options. We have Dr. Huru, Hugo Keys, Tim. I think, didn't we rate Tim at some point? I think we might rate Hugo. I think I haven't rated Hugo in a bit, but Dr. Huru is running a subathon? Really? Again? He does subathons often. Wait, what's a sus-a-thon? What is a sus-a-thon? Is it actually Mr. Susboards doing it? Before his wife is back? What? Is he getting scolded? Is this what it is? That's hilarious. Okay, let me see. Oh, Hugo is building a Keycall 265. Do you guys want to see a Keycall 265? Last wild night before the wife is back. I see. Oh, the good old ball and chain. Anyway. So yeah. So let's poll it then. Hugo or Mr. Dr. Who raid. Don't confuse the vote though. Yeah. Hugo is doing marbles now too? What, is he giving away his board now? What is he doing? I don't know. Oh, we're tied. I think we're gonna go with Hugo. Okay, let's just go with Hugo. I think it's pretty much the same. And I also haven't rated Hugo in a bit, so I don't mind. Alright. Let's go with Mr. Hugo. Speaking of Hugo, I do have a link for keyspresso.ca if you're in Canada. You can get products from Keyspresso with a 5% discount if you use the promo code LightningKeyB. So Hugo was generous in providing that for us. So if you're interested, you can check that out as well. Oh, Huru won, but I think we're gonna rate Hugo this time. Next time we'll rate Huru if he's online. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. I mean, I really appreciate you guys. I've been honestly pretty stressed out over so many things. You can tell I'm like dyslexic right now. I can't even speak properly. So yeah. Thank you so much for all the support and like for stopping by and just like hanging out, because I really appreciate your company.
have a good weekend indeed. Hopefully it gets warm soon, but it's been kind of cold lately. But I hope y'all enjoy the weekend. Have a good have a good time at Hugo's stream, and yeah, I'll probably see you guys next time. We'll be building a unicorn then. All right, see y'all.